Hi everyone, Dorota Palicka, International Nail Artist and Educator here, and today we are going to do another beautiful set of the nails. Have a wee preview of it in here. Yeah, that's what we are going to recreate today. I hope you really enjoy watching this tutorial, so let's start. That's a design which we are going to do it, and also this one as well. So I have already started some nails. This one are really bad, they desperate to come off. I also want to review the MelodySusie Sparkle Plus nail drill. So I've got it in here and we'll be using to do my nails today. So first of all, I need to clip off the crystals which are on them. Like they're really old nails now and they are desperate to get replaced. So I'm just clipping off the crystals. They actually lasted me really well, but it's a time to get rid of them. I have stained them with the new coat and black, so this is terrible. Okay, I have clipped off the crystals. I'm going to use the safety bead. So the e-file, it is quite powerful, and you can see it, the hand piece is really nice and light. It is not big compared to the other e-files which I had, and I really like it. Like I like how light it feels. So let's check how powerful it is. I'm just going to put it on, and on the display it just shows you the speed. What I love, we are already on 21 where the maximum is 35, and it doesn't go too loud, so that's a bonus of it. Normally on my K38 I'm working for the product removal on this speed, so around the 16, and I'm going to check it out first on this speed as well, so I'm put it on the 16. Not too bad, but I feel like it's too slow, so I'm going to put it up to probably one more time, so 32. Because it was a bit too slow. That's better, that's a better speed for me. And usually I do set up the speed depending on how it feels. If I feel that the e-file is filing nice and smooth and doesn't make a holes in my nail, that's mean I'm in the right speed. So I'm just removing the old color from the nails. And then around the cuticle area. So it's quite nice and powerful, I would say. Now I'm just going to switch it off and then clean my nails, push back the cuticles, and we'll do a little bit of the cuticle work. So I'm just pushing back my cuticles. Actually, they in a quite good condition. There is no lifting on those nails. So I'm just removing the safety bead and I'm going to grab the cuticle bead. Let's go for a spike. Again, I'm putting the e-file into a pretty low speed to start with. And cleaning one side first. I always got lots of cuticle, like, yes, on my nail plate on this side. You can see that there's a wee line. So that's how my nail grow, and I always have to make sure I really clean it properly. If I don't, my nails would lift in this corner there. So I have cleaned this part really well, and then I've got some cuticle, the white stuff, which I'm removing right now on my nail plate on this side. I quite like the spike bit to go really close to the cuticle, like kind of underneath, because it's so small. I have put the e-file into the reverse. There is a reverse button. I'm going to show you that, guys, as well. And I'm cleaning the other side. Once I've got it on the reverse, quite often I'm just going to kind of lift the cuticle up. I usually don't have overgrown cuticle, but I think the only reason for it is I try to regularly apply cuticle oil, and I try to not do aggressive cuticle work. Like, I'm really not a fan of the aggressive cuticle work. So you can see it, I've got the button like for a reverse, and then going on the front. I can just switch it like this in between. And I love how quiet it is. Like, you can probably, I'll put it very close to the microphone, you can hardly hear it, the e-file. So this is awesome stuff. And I love the fact how light it is. It's definitely not my color, green, guys. So this is the minus side. But except from that, I think it's a really nice and cute wee machine. Yeah, and definitely worth a try. So let's move on now into the rebalance. I'm putting the e-file on the side. And we are going to move on into step 2. So step 2 is we need to shorten those nails. So I'm just shortening them a little bit. Like, shorten them. Do not shorten them to your final length, because after we apply the product, you want to have some room for improvement. So leave that. And then we are going to file into the V shape. So one side, then other side. I kind of trying to make it connected at the end. So imagine you are filing into the very pointy stiletto shaped nail. Like this way you get a really nice coffin shaped nails. I don't like them to go too straight to tapered square. Like I like them really go into this coffin triangle shape. Okay. So in order to do that, we need to quite file them into a nice triangle so they really nice and narrow. My next step is to thin out a little bit from the free edge, because when we shorten the nails, the free edge becomes much thicker. So I'm just filing it out, like make sure it's nice and thin, especially when I want to apply gel polish over it. Like I don't want to be too thick, so I would quickly file that out. Don't forget that because we have filed on the side, we need to thin out the sides as well. So that's the movement to thin out the sides, okay? So sides, because otherwise they will be really thick and bulky. You can see it how much thinner they become. The next step is to blend the natural nail with the previous product. So it's almost like a blending your tips. Okay, and then here as well. Like make sure you cannot tell where the old product is starting and where the natural nail is. Clean the dust, and I can see I've got some loose product in this corner there. So I need to file it away. You don't want to leave any kind of loose product or product which isn't intact when you apply fresh product on the top of it. First of all, it could result in a nail infection, bacterial nail infection, Pseudomonas, when the water gets trapped underneath of the extension, and this is really not good. And also you can see the fill lines, and we don't want that. This nail naturally is always growing down, so I'm trying to lift it up from the side as well, and then scrunch the surface of the natural nail. Like, make sure there is no shine, and do the same in here, make sure there is no shine. Okay, then remove the dust and prep the nails for the gel. I'm going to get rid of the, maybe I not, actually I will keep it. So I'm using the blue scrub to dehydrate the nail plate. Nice and squeaky clean. And then an extra nail prep. And universal air bond. You have to wait for your nail prep to dry, so I'm going to keep the universal air bond on the side in here and grab my gel, grab my brush, kind of get ready. And just get ready. So universal air bond. You don't have to apply it on the part where you've got the product, only on the natural nails, because it's just gives a better adhesion of the gel to the natural nails. And then I'm going to clean my brush. Actually, guys, I promise I will do the video on how to clean the brushes. So what I usually do is, for the gel brush, I store it with the product. So once I finish, like, I would clean my brush on the dry up just like this. There will be a little bit product on it. I also like to keep it so it has those point. I mean, over the time, the point kind of get used to, and it's not as pointy anymore. But I like those, try to keep it as nice and sharp as possible. So that's how I would store it. And then just before the application, I've got a tiny bit of the UV cleanser. So I would just clean my brush, shape it, like so it has those nice point again. And then I would pick up the product with the brush. So that's how I store the gel brush. Okay, I'm just picking up a small amount of the product and apply it nice and thin layer through the entire nail. Like, you can see it, I can get really nice and close to the cuticle. So very close. Like, you can even pull the nail folds down and like kind of cap the free edge on the sides. This will prevent, like, that makes the product last longer as well. Now I'm going to pick up the scoop of the product, and then I'm going to fill up my nail extension. So I'm just placing it on the place where I'm missing a product, direct my finger down the way so the gravity helps me. And because I've got this thin amount of the product, that's plenty for me, and then press very hard with my brush to smooth it out. Okay, this way I have filled this nail. That's the quickest way to do the rebalance. You can touch it up if you need to, and then give it a cook. I'm going to freeze this product just for 10 seconds really, so I can do another one. Actually, my nails are matching the jumper, which I have stolen from Olivia, my daughter. And it's funny because I would normally don't wear like too much of the colors. I'm usually sticking with my black, but I quite like it. So I thought I'm going to do the nails which will match this jumper. Now I'm just going to apply nice and thin layer. Cap those free edge. And then pick up another scoop of the product. So I have to do it tiny bit on the sides and here, and a little bit more on this place where I had those tiny lifting. And then press harder to smooth it out. Okay, check the side view and the top view. And that's my nail unfilled. We have to cure the fiber gel in for 60 seconds. I'm trying to don't overwork the product. Like, if you do, then you create lots of air bubbles, and that isn't cool. Also, you need to, I hope I have already posted this video because it was for 60,000 subscribers, and thank you so much guys for that. I hope you have really enjoyed it, but you need to check it out if you have not seen it, this video yet. So I've got still a couple more seconds for my product to cure, and then we can file it and do this beautiful design. So 10, 9, 8, 7. That's it. They will be just undercooked. So UV cleanser to remove the inhibition layer. And then we can shape them. Okay, so that's how they look when they have been taken out from the lamp. Not too bad. Obviously, they are far from perfection. Actually, something like a perfect nail doesn't exist, to be honest. Now, you know what, guys? I'm going to get rid of that so it's easier for me and the cameraman to show you the things. And I don't have to keep my hand really high up. Okay, so that's much comfier. V-shape. So I'm starting one side and I want to lift it up a little bit. So one side, V-shape. Also, look, I'm supporting my file from the back. I wouldn't hold it like this because then it's very wobbly and you cannot do the job properly. You have to really support it. So I'm supporting it. From this side, I'm supporting it with the thumb. Okay, so it's not wobbly. So file this V-shape. And now I can shorten this nail because they need to be shorter. And then bring it up higher. Thin out the free edge. So this is a nail which I would love to do afresh every single time because it just doesn't look great. And we had some snow. We had snow. That was so nice. I mean, the mountains look so beautiful with the snow. Well, it's quite cold. Do you get snow, guys, at where you live? Okay, so the shapes start looking better. And now I can blend around the cuticle area. So I'm just filing around the cuticle area. I don't want to see the place where the products start. I really don't want that. And normally if I would do the design on top of the gel, I wouldn't want the nail to be too thin because we don't have this extra thickness from the gel polish. In this case, we are going to apply the gel polish, so I will just give it an extra buff so they are a little bit thinner. Okay, I will just remove the dust to show you. You can see there is some place which I actually never touched with the file, so that's my apex, and usually I'm trying to keep as much product as possible on the apex. Now the other nail, so I'm just going to file it nice and straight. And then this one, nice and straight. Shorten the free edge. And when we shorten the free edge, the nail becomes thick. So we need to thin it out. But you only want to thin out the free edge, and I want to show you the filing lines. So let me remove the dust. Look, I'm not removing the product here from this place, so it's kind of like almost like an smile line, because that's where I want my strength. If I bank with this nail, I don't want this place to crack, so that's where I want to keep the most of the product, and if I bank strong, I want the nail to break, ideally somewhere here. It does help to protect your natural nails, and obviously if you bang it, it's not sore as much, which is so cool. It's kind of like creating a weaker point at the right place in case if there is any breakage. Because if you would have less product somewhere here, that would be your weaker point, and then that would be really dangerous because you could badly damage your nail plate and the nail bed, and that would be very sore. Okay, at this stage I'm going to file around the cuticle area, then check them, how they look. It's wonky. We don't want wonky nails. Check their length. This one is too long, this one is okay. Shorten this one. I don't like to shorten this one because this is the nail which I don't like. What you could do is to improve the look of the snail, we could like drill it from underneath. Usually does extra work drilling from underneath. It's just kind of like you better cut it and start fresh. To me, at least. Okay, my next step is to take a buffer and just give them a nice buff. Just so they looking good. Okay, so first of all the free edge, and then around the cuticle area. And the next nail. That's so nice and fun. I can remove the dust, check the final look, check the final length, touch more. See, I'm doing my nails, so I'm a little bit more fussy. Especially as this can be my nice hand, because I'm working with my right hand. Oh. Okay, that's me. Happy. I'm just going to touch this side with the file again. This is quite helpful movement as well, guys. When you file kind of from underneath, because you can check it, the thickness of the nail on the side. Okay, that's enough. So I'm just cleaning the dust, grab this wipe away, and then we can move on into painting. So I'm taking the blue scrub just to clean them again from any bits and pieces of the dust. And then the color which we are going to use is the 155 sweet side. But also we are going to need the drop of 158 as well. That's a really nice combination. So I've got my mixing palette in here, and let's paint them. Before painting, you can also push back the cuticles a little bit, because during the filing and other things, they can sometimes return a little bit. So just give them an extra push, and we are going to paint it. Peel the nail folds down. Sorry guys, had to switch off the phone. Okay, and the first layer is done. Same on this one. I really love this color, 155. So nice. And I didn't have it for ages, so I thought it would be nice for my Christmas set. Okay, smoothed it out. And then give it a cook. Okay, and then we can apply the second layer. And those 155 looks so nice together with 58, 158. Okay, check how it looks. If you want to, you can touch it up with the thin brush. So I'm just going to grab the small brush and just go a little bit closer to the cuticle. You don't need to pick up separate gel polish. You can use the one you've got already in there and just go around it. And then give it a cook. I'm also going to prepare 158. So just placing a small dot in there, and then with the D-liner brush we are going to paint those tartan look. And it's a really beautiful color combination. I want the line to be pretty decent. And then another one. And the second one can be slightly thinner. Okay, once those two lines are painted, we are going to paint some other lines. And I want to kind of make it in between these ones. One in here. All my favorite lines, huh? And another one in here. Just perfect it. And then give it a cook. So we're going to freeze it, and in the meantime we are going to prepare the paint on French gel. I'm just going to pick up a small scoop of it on my mixing palette. Clean the brush. Pick up the white and then clean it again. Just because the brush usually absorbs the color which we use, so I like to clean it in a color which I'm going to use it next. Okay, now we need to add those white detail. So all what I'm doing is with the tip of my D-liner brush, I'm picking up a very small amount of the paint on French gel and doing lots of lines. And then on the other side. That's too much. You want those lines to be really nice and thin. And then the second row of the lines. And this time I'm not going to go over the white ones. So only in between. But we cover the darker parts. And some more on the bottom. And then once I'm happy with this look, I'm going to give it a cook. And then apply the top coat. So we are going to use the High Shine No Wipe Top Gel. I'm going to flash cure it and then just apply the top coat. Okay, that's it ready. Top coat. I'm going to also apply the top coat on this nail. And just build up this corner because this nail always annoys me. And then top coat here. And then cook it. Okay, so we've got top coat on all of the nails and we have to cure it. In the meantime, again, I'm going to grab the Paint on French gel, my mixing palette, and the dotting tool, just to get everything ready. Also some sugar glitter. We have to cure the top coat I'm using is a top coat without of inhibition layer, which means the next product which we are going to apply is not going to stick to this top coat. So a couple seconds longer, that's it cooked, and we can start decorating the nails. So I'm going to start with this one so it doesn't disturb me anymore. I've got the D-liner and the drop of the Paint on French gel, and we are going to paint those candy design. But I wanted it to be slightly different, like more wavy. I suggest you start with nice and thin line first. And then you can thicken it up. It's just much easier. Okay, and then another one. Actually, I'm going to place it in this wee dent. There we are. And this is what I'm usually doing is like, I'm trying to improve the look of the nails through the entire process. If I would place this line a little bit higher, it will just enlarge this place, and I really didn't want that. And the next one. Okay, thicken them up a little bit. And then clean your brush, because we are going to paint very small ones. So little product. And paint them nice and thin. Another one on the bottom. So try to follow this previous curvature. Another one on the top. Nice and thin. And then another one. Like, make sure you don't have a blob of the product on your brush. And the last two. Okay, so this way we have painted those candy, wavy candy. And I quite like it because it's wavy. To don't damage it, we are going to freeze it. So I'm taking the sugar. And sprinkle it. Like a really decent amount. Go to the sides. And then cook it. Only 10 seconds will do, because we can start doing the design on the next one. So sugar on the side. So 5, 3, 2. I cannot reveal the design yet because it's not fully cured and I would smash it. But we are going to paint the design now on this one. And on the middle finger, I'm going to go for a snowflake. So dotting tool. We've got the dot. And then we are going to paint some thin lines. Okay, and between those lines, another lines. And then the design inside. So again, I have cleaned my brush. And we are going to paint a rhombus shape. Pretty time consuming. Well, looks nice and pretty. Okay, so we've got this shape done. Then the next part I want to do is add couple dots. So we want 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Make them kind of away from each other. Some dots on the ones on the side. And then using a thin brush, we are going to drag it. Almost into a wheat triangle shape. And then into those places, another 2 lines. Snowflakes are quite time consuming, I would say, because they've got so many elements. In this way we have painted some snowflake. Dotting tool, and we are going to add a couple more. The bigger one, I'm going to drag it into a star shape, and the one here as well. And then again sprinkle it. I had really big dilemma. Did I wanted a full sugar nail, or did I even prepared the Swarovski crystals pixie. I might do it on my other hand again and use some Swarovski crystals pixie. So sugar in and then cook it. Again, only 10 seconds, and then I can show you the design on the ring finger, which I really love as well. I think it's quite nice. So 3, 2, 1, that's it, cooked-ish. And then I can paint the design in here. So I'm going to start with the line. And another line. So painting like a cross. Then clean the brush, love heart shape. So one side. And same on the other side. Okay, and then on the bottom, add the detail into the bowl. Make it, this one will make it straight, nice and long and straight, and this one I will make it twisted. So I'm cleaning my brush, so it's going to behave. And then we are painting away swirly parts. Okay, we also have to paint some love heart in the middle. Another love heart on the top. Again, snowflakes. So some tiny ones, big one, small, 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 small and small. The big ones we are going to drag it. Oh gosh, look at this shake. And then once we're happy with this painting, I'm going to sprinkle it with the sugar. Always take your time and do it like kind of properly, so it's definitely everywhere. They look a bit messy now. Kick them well, and after I even suggest to cure them double. So normally I would cure it at like even a 60-90 seconds, just to make sure the gel is cured really, which is so nice and pretty and sparkle as well. And that's what I love out of them. They also are cute Christmas nails as well, and they're not red. So don't forget to subscribe and give a likes to this video if you have really enjoyed it. But let me show you the final look. So I can just remove the sugar. That's so nice. Yes, the two, and then this one as well. And that's the full set. So yeah, that's what we have created. I love them. They're kind of cute. They are really cute. Yeah, I'm sending you lots of glittery hugs, and bye for now.